One.
Sorry.
Wasted no time
No
that time.
monetization for you.
Keister.
Keister. Oh, right. The thing. Oh, I'm awake now. Sorry. Talking butts has awakened me. So good word.
That's a mighty fine Storm impression you got there.
How dare you? Anywho.
What do you mean, how dare you?
How dare you?
Oh. Give my skin back.
Fine. Here. I'm done with it anyway. Okay. So, last time, you all recovered from fighting the agents from Moros that had sicked flesh beasts upon you, and went into the ship that was derelict in the forest, not the jungle. And went inside and discovered there was a flesh tree inside the hull of the ship that had engulfed a portion of the ship.
It was pretty
Made
gross.
of the former members of the bands of the Hawk, or the Crimson Hawks. They're dead now. I don't have to remember their name anymore. Hooray.
They are quite crispy.
Oh, you're so crispy. You discovered that. You discovered through past vision, through Napano, that the priest that you had seen and antagonized you had taken, or at least someone who looked like him, had given a couple of those hawks a different version of the drug that you've been seeing around, which allowed him to apparently combine them into a flesh tree from which he has been harvesting the ingredients for the drug that he's been having them distribute. Which was
Drugs, man.
specifically pieces of the flesh tree. Deciding that was fucked up and didn't like that, Otto decided, I don't like that. So Otto torched it with power he didn't know he had. In fact, he torched the entire portion of the ship to the point where I believe the ship collapsed.
Part of it did, yes.
Yes, it was part of it's just gone. Deciding that was fucked up and weird and something he shouldn't be able to do. And deciding, fuck this shit, we're going home. And you decided to all go back to the castle. You returned to the castle. You began to think and make plans about what you were going to do next. You thought about it. Some of you went on a little bit of a hunting trip to think and clear your heads and also confront your father in a weird roleplay sense.
Yeah.
And was slightly cathartic, I imagine.
It's pretty good.
I don't want to talk about it.
You're gonna have to talk about it, probably.
No.
Let's see. Well, it's been a minute. And then Otto had a dream. The first dream Otto's ever had. About the past, I guess. Maybe? He had flesh. It was weird. There was a city.
It's pretty weird.
He doesn't know.
What was the name of
As
the
a little boy.
Oh, did I have a name for this? I did have a name for this city, didn't I? Fucking...
Windia.
Windia, yes.
Oh, that's right. That's why I named it that. Thanks, past me. You're welcome, me. What the fuck? I know I wrote that down. Oh, my notes are a mess. Anywho, were there any other moments that I'm missing? Is that everything?
I think that was the end of the session.
Was that everything that happened last time?
Napano had a little chat with Adam about his dragon spirit thing.
Ah, yes. Napano spoke with Adam about their kind of shared cultural experience. A lot of similarities between them, they realized, as I recall.
Yes.
Yep.
There was
Even
that.
Adam thinks dragon's kind of weird.
A little weird. Your spear's also kind of weird.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And then after that was when Wei and Tori roleplayed.
Yep.
Help Tori get some shit off her chest.
Yes.
What he
Thank-
said, show me your motivation. She said, fuck you, old man.
This is true.
And then,
Okay.
aside from that, we just decided to we talked to the princess, or the empress rather. She's a princess now. Sorry. And Ego about the shit that happened. You know, we looked at the servants, determined that none of them appeared to be infected, so we're kind of wondering what happened with that. Did the flesh monsters just flee? No, they got what they wanted, but either way, we felt comfortable enough leaving whatever the fuck's going on here in AG's hands now that he's got all the information, and we were kind of preparing for, like, what comes next. That's the gist of it, as I recall.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're going to kind of follow after what happened at the end of last time and return to Otto. Otto,
Eh,
you woke up. You had a dream. That's never happened before. It felt
Yes.
very real. What do? Your mom is asleep, and you're holding her hand.
Kids always wake up their parents.
I want to oatmeal. Like, wake up, mom.
Where am I?
You're in one of the rooms that was provided for you in like the Empress. Fucking, it's not a princess, it's an Empress. God damn it. One of the Empress's
It's the one with
little
all the girls, right?
rooms. Yes. You're kind of near all the girls. The portion of the area has been sectioned off for the guys. Kind of been. This isn't exactly a guest room, but you've been given comfortable futons and whatnot, and places to sleep, and kind of it's been kind of turned into a little bit of a guest room. It probably would be the dining hall or the dining room, just converted into like a guest room. And just another portion next door is now the boys' room.
So all the girls are in here.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, then I'm just going to look around,
Okay.
check on everyone, make sure nothing weird is going on.
All the girls okay? Everyone okay?
Am I?
Are you?
I'm unconscious.
You're
Right?
napping. You're sleeping, I assume. Perhaps.
I am a sleeping bird.
Call.
Call.
Who said that? I'll kick your ass.
Tori, you hear a whoo, whoo. You wake up.
You're a who? What? Oh. What are you doing up, Otto?
Does he even sleep?
Does he even sleep?
He doesn't normally.
Does it just go into kind of like a standby mode at night, or what does Odo
Basically.
do at night?
Yeah, as I recall, he just goes into like a standby mode, right?
I'm gonna consider that as sleeping. How did you sleep, Otto? I'm like rubbing my eyes.
It was strange.
Oh? What was strange about it?
I saw things.
You mean dreams?
What are dreams?
Oh. Do you not dream?
No.
It's like pictures. Seeing pictures while you sleep. Moving pictures. Weird things happen. They don't make a lot of sense most of the time. Can you tell me what happened?
Our dream is normal.
Yeah. I mean, everybody dreams. I'm not really sure if you would dream, but you did dream, so you do dream. I
This
think
is
that's how
the
it works.
first time.
This is the first time you've dreamed.
Yes.
Oh. Well, there has been a lot going on lately, so strange things happening. It's probably normal at this point for strange things to happen. Why don't you tell me what your dream was about while I start getting up?
I was human.
You were human?
Yes. But
Oh,
I was small.
you were small. Oh, so you were a child. Okay.
And I was in a city.
Okay.
But
But
I've never seen it before.
huh. Okay. Does it look like anything else you've ever seen before?
No.
Hmm.
It had big buildings.
I don't know. I can't think of anywhere that really has big buildings anymore.
And there were things flying in the sky.
Oh. That's kind of terrifying to think about.
They were machines.
Flying machines. Okay.
I had a family.
Oh. Okay. Do you remember their names?
No. It was Mom.
And he's gonna look down at UA. Just sort of stare at her.
You said she was there? Oh.
I
You know,
think so.
sometimes we see things in our dreams that we really want. So maybe it's something like that.
It was strange.
Well, why don't you tell your mom about it when you wake up, or when she wakes up?
No.
No? You're not gonna tell her?
I think it would worry her more.
Well, okay, if that's your decision. I guess a lot of crazy stuff's been happening lately anyway. Might be better to not make UA worry as she does, because UA just... I don't know, I feel like we've just kind of brought her along for the ride for all this sometimes. It's kind
She
of crazy.
worries about me a lot.
Yeah, she does. She definitely does. You're like a real child to her.
I want to protect her.
Well, you're doing a good job so far. Remember, before we left that city, we went through a whole lot of trouble just to find her, and she was still safe when we found her, so you're doing good.
I want to protect you too.
Oh. Well, I'm still around, so you must be doing good at that too. I wanna protect you too, Otto.
Because that's what friends do.
Yeah. Yeah. We're friends. I don't know if I could go through with all this if I didn't have you guys here. It's kind of strange. It's just kind of snuck up on me how much time we've spent together. and I haven't really had anybody like this, so it's nice. It feels a little strange, but it's nice.
Yes. It is nice.
Everybody's a little strange, but you know, everybody kind of really is once you get to know them. I mean, Lyle's got we got a bunch of, what's the word? He's not, I think he's hiding a lot of things from us, but he's not a bad person. He's
I think he needs help being nice,
he needs help being nice.
but he's a good person.
Yeah, I want to think so. Yeah, definitely has been creative, and he's definitely good at talking to people, which is something I struggle with sometimes. I think it'd be a real bad thing, like when he at the boat when he went down. It was kind of scary. So I'm glad he's all right.
Yes. We will protect him too.
Yeah, and we'll protect everybody else as well. We're all gonna make it. It's this whole thing with these Cladis thing it's really blown out of proportion. I swear, we're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be all right.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, there's too much doom and gloom in the world anymore, and honestly, it wasn't that great for me before, but I worked through it before, so I think that if we all just stick together, we can work through this too.
Yeah.
Not, well, I guess I am a little worried, but at the same time, we've got each other's backs, so it'll be all right.
I will protect everyone.
We'll protect you too.
Yes.
Maybe we should stop and see Empress Hotor before we leave. Let her know we're heading out, and then I guess we'll start making our way up to my village. It's gonna be fun. Have you I don't know if this is weird, but have you ever had a dad before?
Mm. In the dream, there was a dad, but with Mom, there hasn't been a dad.
Let's see. Dads are like
You're confusing him. He's looking confused.
dads are like they protect the family. They provide. Sometimes they're good people. They can be abrasive, but they're supposed to be good. I think before I kind of knew who my father really was. I saw a lot of his ways as just the way he was because of what he'd had to go through. But that doesn't always make him right. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. I'm feeling prepared. I got to get rid of some of my energy last night, so I'm sorry, I kind of went off there. Did you say you had a dad in a dream?
Yeah, yes.
You had a whole dream about being with the family in a city with large buildings. I wonder what that means. I can't even imagine somewhere like that anymore.
dreams real?
Sometimes. I'm not the most, well, I guess I feel like if you really want something and it's on your mind, you'll think about it a lot. And eventually, something like that will come around. It's up, I guess it's really up to your own interpretation, how you want to feel about it. What do you think? Would you, I guess, would you like to live in a city with UA like that?
Maybe.
You guys kind of need a new place to stay after all, anyway. When this is all over.
I want to find out more about myself
Really?
eventually.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think you will.
After we help you with your father, maybe we will go with Eldon.
Yeah. You know what? I'll help you too. You're gonna help me out anyway, so I need to help you guys. I wasn't really sure how it was gonna play out once I get there anyway. Probably better not to stay in a village like that anyway. Make sure there's no Gladys up there, and then maybe let them all go back to being crazy bird people if they really want to be. But I don't want my dad to do that to people anymore, so we'll do that. And then, hey, I promise you this, okay?
Yes.
We're gonna find that city, all right? Because it's got to be out there.
Okay.
If you see it in your dreams, I'm sure it's real. It's somewhere. Might be in Muros, might be in Alkenheim, could be anywhere. But I bet it's real. Sound like a deal?
Deal.
Good. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Been busy days. Busy these last few days, so.
No,
Okay.
you should sleep more if you can.
Would, but I think we should get going.
It is still nighttime.
It's still nighttime? Oh.
Yes,
Well,
Otto woke up in the middle of the night.
woke me up in the middle of the night.
Correct.
I thought we were the only ones up in the morning.
Nope. It is technically morning.
Well,
If 3 a.m. is morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say I imagine it's like 3, 4 a.m.
Yes.
well, you'll have to tell me twice. You go back to bed too, okay? Yeah.
I will.
I know.
Good night.
Okay.
Tori's gonna thunk back into her bed.
I clack the invisible clacker. Clack.
Clack, clack, clack.
Clack, clack, clack. Okay. Next thing. Who's got another thing they want to do tonight? Even if it's in the middle of the night. Anybody?
I snore.
Yeah, I imagine they're most.
You could wake up. It could be the morning. It could be the night before. Time is fixable and a lie.
Wait, none of you guys get up and make a White Castle run?
Oh shit, yeah.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go.
Get some burps.
Lyle and Gazelle's trip to White Castle. Let's go.
Hold on, take these pills with me first.
Yes, eat the drugs.
No drugs, no drugs.
Pick
No
up
drugs.
Eat the
Pick up
drugs.
Scott on the way.
Okay. Napano, didn't you not want to do something, Gazelle?
Well, not in the middle of the night necessarily. Like maybe the next morning.
Sure. Do you want to cut to the next morning so we can do that then?
Sure.
I don't want to hear about what
Alright.
Napano and Gazelle are doing in the middle of the night.
Probably don't
Peter.
want to hear that.
Well,
They're,
nothing. Because we're
they're-
sleeping in separate places,
Yes,
like normal people.
like normal people.
Yo, girl, what that owl do?
Oh, Jesus.
So I guess,
Let them hooters out.
like in the morning when everyone's getting ready, Napano looks over at Gazelle and like he's getting dressed, and he always carries his wife's ashes in an urn, right?
Yeah, it's in his robe.
Yeah. So
Why are you watching Gazelle get dressed?
just kind of looking around the room. But the urn is gonna catch my eye, and Napona's gonna go over and just kind of ask Gazelle, "Is there a reason why you carry your wife's ashes around with you instead of, keeping them at home in a special place or scattering them to the wind or into the ocean?"
Gazelle's gonna just kind of look over at Napano and like, then look up and kind of think for a second. Well, I don't have a home, not anymore.
We can sympathize with that, and so you feel like you want to keep her close to you at all times.
For the most part, yes. I don't want to forget.
We don't know how Speak with Dead works necessarily, if it has to be with like an intact body and if they have to be, recently deceased, but if you'd like, we could try to speak with Dead if you have any unfinished business, anything you want to say to her.
Gazelle shakes his head and is like, no, I've made my peace a long time ago.
What about you said that Claudius was speaking to you with her voice. In the event that they try to speak to you again with her voice, do you think it would provide you clarity of mind to know that it's not really her? If you could talk to her and just confirm?
Gazelle just kind of like chuckles and smiles for a second and looks over at Napano. That's not necessary. I know she's gone. To be quite honest, that's part of what kind of... It was almost like a splash of cold water when before that, I was probably a little bit more keen on considering trying more, but I don't think I will now. This thing has disrespected her memory.
We're sorry for its transgressions, but we're happy that it keeps you grounded, knowing that.
That and talking with Barry has helped a lot too. Isn't that right, Barry? He looks over at Barry.
Nods head.
Did Gazelle say before that a dragon had killed his wife, or did he not specify that?
I genuinely don't remember.
I don't
but
think he ever said.
Well,
Or he did. I don't remember.
I don't know that he explicitly said it, but he did talk about the dragon.
he knows he's talked about hating dragons. I don't know that he's...
Yeah.
It came up
You know that he saw
the inside of a
his
dragon.
wife get eaten?
he claims he was in a dragon's maw or something like that.
So he's seen the
We
inside
know
of a dragon's
Something
mouth.
like that.
We know he kissed a dragon and he liked it. Based off its cherry chapstick.
All right. Well, they're gonna have like a bit of an awkward silence, like the questions regarding his wife's ashes, like that's one conversation, and then they're just gonna like continue getting their robes on and fastening their belts and satchels and doing preparation things, and then they're gonna look over and kind of spark another conversation. Like a little bit more abrupt than like the hesitant, respectful way of asking about your wife's ashes, but like more. So, can you tell us more about your encounter with the dragon?
It's not much to tell. It was not a wild dragon, it was a pet dragon. Something owned by a noble of Moros.
Miles gonna put on his clothes really fast and walk out of the room.
A pet dragon? Nippano seems to be having trouble grasping the concept. Like, something that powerful allowed itself to be tamed, domesticated? How?
I don't.
No, ask Adam.
The Morosians are fucking insane.
Were they using some kind of magic to control it, or?
I mean, I would assume something, but
Good old flame whip never fails.
from what I recall, and it's been a long time.
Rosians are known for being skilled mages.
This fellow, he didn't really like me or my wife, and so he incinerated her.
Damn.
And that's why I keep her with me. I'll never leave her behind.
I can see why that would leave an impression on you. A healthy dislike of dragons is natural, I suppose. Can you remember what kind of dragon it was? What color? What shape?
Well, I mean, first of all, it breathed fire, so it was a fire dragon.
So was it red then, or?
Gazelle kind of like looks up into the sky, thinking like, probably.
Okay.
I saw a lot of red that day.
Okay.
Well,
This is where we learn that Gazelle's colorblind. Like,
Majay,
Good way
in
to
this
learn.
world, how common would you say dragons are? Are they like just the Morosian military employ them often, or like are they a common sight, or?
I would not say they're common. They're not. I mean, you've certainly heard of a dragon. You might have seen a dragon once, perhaps. They're not.
It's also
They-
I was gonna say it's also technically possible that he might not have seen a dragon. Like this could have been something else, something more dragon-like, because his hatred of dragons is more things that are like dragons. Because remember, he was very skittish, a little bit like about the the lizard folks as well, kind of associating them.
True.
So
That is for dragons. Dragons are not. They're rare, but like you would know dragons exist. You might not have seen one before, though.
Yeah,
They're
we
common enough knowledge, but like it's like knowing a
It's like
what's
seeing
that?
a Great Dane for the first time. You're like, big dogs ain't that big. That's a damn big dog.
That's a big fucking dog. Sure.
like Nippano seems to be under the impression that there aren't very many, that they're either extinct or nearly extinct. Is that correct as far as like the way this world is set up, or
One could make that assumption given the rarity of encounters, but you know of them, and you know that they are likely still exist, but they don't see them that common. There is half dragons though. That is a race that exists.
Mhm.
And there's a place that is known for being their homeland.
Where is their homeland on the map? I don't think I asked you that.
No one's asked me that.
Dragonberg.
It's not called Dragonberg. Fuck you.
Dragon.
It's Anhalt.
And
It's
Holt?
between
It's
Alkheim
got to be
and
food named
Chao.
as Dragon Burger.
Dragon City.
Okay.
Chinese place.
Drag Ragoon.
Dragoon. Dragoon.
Regardless of the rarity of dragons, it would still sound absurd. That story, like that a noble controls a dragon. That's very strange.
Yeah, and just absurd again on its face that like anyone that they're untamable wild primal beasts. How could anyone have one at their heel? That sounds wacky. But regardless, Nippano's just gonna kind of nod along to Gazelle's story and I guess not really probe any further because he seems to be a little bit getting upset by the memories of it, and that wasn't our intention to upset him.
It's not something he likes to think about.
No. Nippano's gonna ball up their fists and put them in their pocket, and just gonna thank you for sharing. And go about their business.
Gazelle just nods and, continues going about his own business.
Okay. That'll be the end of that conversation then.
Okay. Anyone else have some conversations they want to have?
I'm going to say that while Gazelle and Nippano were having their conversation, Lyle walked out of the room, but he was standing nearby, listening in, and as their conversation kind of winded down, he's going to look over toward Adam, and he's just going to kind of say, almost cautiously, like, "Hey, Adam." In a kind of
So Adam was.
stiff tone. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Finish your thought. Sorry.
As I say, like in a kind of stiff, serious, but quiet tone.
So he's just trying to get Adam's attention.
He's trying to get Adam's attention.
Okay. So as Lyle is doing that and looks over at Adam, he sees that Adam, in the moment, is holding just a very small object in front of him, and the object is playing a tune of some kind, a very just slow melodic. It's a very small music box that he's holding. But upon hearing Lyle speak up, Adam just looks up and raises an eyebrow. Yeah. What's up?
Lyle's gonna suppress the urge to try and gauge how valuable that music box looks. And he's gonna say, "So, you're from up north, ain't you?"
Up north being...
Olkheim, yeah?
Hi, yeah. Up in the mountains.
Hmm. Lyle's gonna,
Something on your mind?
sit there thinking for a moment. Up in the mountains. It's pretty safe up there, ain't it?
If you don't mind dealing with the elements and the creatures they contain, I suppose.
Lyle smirks and seems to be lost in thought for a moment. He's like, "Yeah, well, suppose the elements and the critters pose their own challenges, huh?" Yeah,
Indeed.
my experience, people, where you find people, that's where you find the most danger.
Is that so?
Mm.
I suppose there's some wisdom in that.
You probably don't see a lot of people where you're from, do you?
Not too many outside of the tribes. Probably not. People like myself, we live off the land.
Lyle's gonna nod
Sometimes
slowly.
we fight each other. Sometimes we fight alongside each other. Lots of fighting, if you're into that sort of thing.
Is it bad fighting?
Not typically. There may be arguments that break out, but in the end, we all are looking to just make our place our own. And for the most part, people are respectful of that. You may have some disagreements over who runs the place, but nothing a trial by combat doesn't take care of.
Lyle cracks a small grin and, stifles a chuckle. He's like, "Yeah, well, suppose,
Or other... Oh, sorry.
suppose that's, something that, the criminal underbelly has in common with the, more, shall I say, savage types. Little recreational fisticuffs helps keep the social order going." He seems kind of like, he's got a lot on his mind, but seems like
Adam
he's
just
also kind of
chuckles.
skirting around, what he wants to say.
Let's see. Image, would discern realities, would something akin to an insight be more discern realities, or perhaps parlay?
Parlay, I think, would be probably more applicable, perhaps.
Okay. I think that's...
Because if you discern realities, you're asking me questions. If
That's
you're
a good
parlaying, you're interacting with the person.
That's a good point.
So parlay.
Okay. Adam just kind of stares at Lyle for a few seconds, And after a moment, he puts a hand to his chin. What exactly is on your mind? Something the matter? Are you concerned about something? As far as I can tell, we're all friends here.
Lyle's gonna hesitate for a moment as he ponders how to respond to that.
Called your friend. Getting awfully chummy all of a sudden.
I was gonna say, well, no, I'm just lots happened, with say gooey flesh spiders and trees and drugs and oddball turning into little tin fire elemental for a moment there and almost dying. He kind of rubs his still healing wound. And he's like,
Yes. Just how close were you back there?
he's gonna think about what he heard, what he felt at the time, and kind of shrug.
Think about it.
What was
As you
that?
think about it, you hear a voice that says, "Very close," and then it disappears, and it's silent in your head again.
Lyle's gonna sit there, silently for an uncomfortably long time without responding to Adam.
Closes his eyes as he ponders for a moment. I have to admit, I was surprised to see you wake back up after that.
Lyle's gonna crack a nervous smile, like, you know me. I'm resilient as they come. Yeah, it was nothing. I've had worse. I've had worse.
I'm sure Lyle's heard that a lot.
Shut up.
Adam just kind of smirks. Oh, I guess one could argue you have to stare down such a creature like that. It's almost like you're used to staring death in the face.
His smile
One might
falters
say.
a little bit. He's like, well, living life on the edge and all. That's comes with the territory, don't it?
Adam simply nods in understanding. Whether it be man or beast. Usually, in a world like this, usually tends to be one or the other that takes you.
You can say that again. And he's gonna clear his throat. So, anyway, sure seems like about time we hit the old dusty trail. Tell Mr. Bloody Bird bye-bye, and our dear princess bid her adieu, and he's gonna sigh. Yes, it's okay. They'll be okay, right?
Adam sort of, after a few seconds, shrugs his shoulders. It's hard to say.
Lyle just nods in agreement.
I suppose I would have expected more resistance getting here if things were as dire as they appeared when we left. But it's hard to say just how far Gross Claws have dug into this city and its people.
Yeah.
The thing we can do is try and stop them.
Well, suppose it's not any of our business.
Not yet, I suppose.
We should be thinking about Eldon and Tori. Old Birdie there, she's having a rough time of it. And who knows, maybe if one of us could be her knight in shining armor, we'll get a little kiss from the princess. Hey, You could do worse, huh? All right. And he's gonna kind of scooch over and nudge Adam with his elbow, trying to be more lighthearted than he'd been.
Adam just kind of chuckles and nods. Yes, I'm sure the Empress would appreciate our efforts. We are, after all, hopefully saving her and her people. But no, honestly, it's be interesting to see how things go once we leave here.
Yeah, well, we probably should leave here. Farther the better, I'm thinking.
I concur. As far as Tori, Adam just kind of smirks a little bit as he recalls the hunting events. I think she's got a clear goal in mind for our next stop. Clearer than it was before, at least. I think she'll be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, of course she will.
As long as
She bounces back every time. She's tough. She's tough. She's made of the tough stuff. Tough.
She's tough. She's rough.
Roughen and
if
toughen
not,
it.
well. And if not, well, that's what we're all watching each other's backs for, isn't it?
He's gonna pat Adam on the back of the shoulder hard. Like, you said it, buddy.
Adam just kind of smirks. He didn't need too many brain cells to pick up. It might have been a little facetious there. But yes, perhaps best to press on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I need a drink, but not from here.
Yes, certainly not.
So we need to leave fast. Hey,
Well, guess we better get the others.
yeah, we're Eldon Way, Yasuo, everybody else. We need to round the gang up.
Oh, Yasuo. Well, Yasuo, actually, is going to have a conversation with Tori.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, then
Tori.
we'll just leave it as Adam and Way pulling themselves or Adam and Lyle rather pulling themselves together.
Tori, where are you this morning? Are you with anybody? You can't be, it's fine.
I think that I'm going to make sure we're ready to go, so I'm going to say I'm out by the cart.
Nice.
I'm
You're
outside.
outside the castle?
No, didn't we bring the cart into the
The courtyard.
castle?
Oh, you probably did, yeah. That's fair.
No.
Okay. Is anyone with Tori? I guess that's a no.
Guess not.
Okay. Tori, as you're with the cart, kind of getting things all situated, you hear a clearing of a throat behind you.
Hi, Yasuo.
He's standing behind you. His arms crossed behind his back, his wings, tucked in. We would speak with you.
Very well.
Recent events have more or less made the case for what you have said before we came to this city. It would be
Yes.
one thing if we were subject to the manipulation of Moros, maneuvering us for their own political gain. There is advantage in that. There is still ground to be gained in that. I would not betray them. I would not betray the village for that, necessarily. I would have needed proof that that path would lead to our destruction completely before I would agree to aid you in usurping your father. But that, given what we have seen and the testimony of your mage friend, that is not what is happening here, is it?
No, I don't think so. The class seem to be in every facet of society around here, and their goals are very unclear, but I don't think that they can be trusted considering what they're doing to people, taking over their minds, securing their own power.
It's more than that. Did you not get perhaps you did not sense it like I did. It doesn't matter. Regardless, having seen what I have seen these past few days, and what I have come to believe is the path forward that your father would tread does not lead us to glory. It does not lead us to being usurped by another. It leads to oblivion.
Well, I don't think forming an alliance with the Moros was a good idea for.
It is not an
the village.
alliance if we are all destroyed.
Exactly.
I have feelings of that, but it does not matter. The point I am trying to make is that you have my aid for this venture. But I would ask you a question.
What?
When your father is usurped, whether that leads to is his death or simply his exile, what will you do?
I'm going to continue journeying with my friends, and we're going to stop the Gladys.
And then?
Then I'll come home. And I'll fix the damage that's been done.
He gives you a hard look as though he's trying to read you. You look him in the face, because I think your back's turning to him right now.
No, I'm facing him.
Okay. Are you being honest here? Are you lying? Are you just kind of saying things you think he wants to hear?
I'm being honest. I swear, on my own honor, I am telling you the truth. I will fell the Gladys, and then I will return home.
Very well.
Whether or not I be welcome, we shall see.
Well, if there are any who can take the seat, it would be you. You have your father's bloodline, which grants you that privilege. And if he is usurped and revealed to be one leading us to damnation, all the more reason that you would be granted that seat. You would not have had committed treason. You would just merely have been exiled. So,
No, I don't believe it will sit very well with many of the Tengri to have an exiled member of the family coming in and slaying or dethroning the ruler and then leaving. But I think that only you understand what I'm really doing when I'm leaving. I will need somebody to watch over things after we've left. I'm going to
if
have to ask you in turn if you can lead them while I'm gone.
Let me be clear. It would be your privilege as the leader of our tribe to take whatever measure you see fit. I would recommend, and I act right now as counsel, that if you are to return and take that seat, you should do it upon the removal of your father. Then leave on your quest, not as a exile, but as the leader of our people. Make your case to our tribe and, well, no one could be certain how they will feel, but
No, I don't believe that Tengri, due to our Tengu culture, will be very welcome to the idea of change, but I think being brutally honest with them and telling them the dangers that are out there in the world, perhaps it will make them change their minds about being so secluded, living in the mountains, and having ambitions of conquest, especially when it's fueled by some blasted creatures that hide beneath your skin and destroy your soul and make your body move after you've already passed on. Things I've all seen firsthand now.
that we have seen firsthand.
Yes.
Make your case. Take the throne. Take the seat. Then set on your journey. How it all shakes out at the end, we will see. But it is the better option if you wish to take that seat. But that is my opinion. Ultimately, I cannot make that decision for you. Ultimately, your father must be removed either way, whether that is his death or otherwise. Then he offers you his hand.
Oh. Is this you swearing your allegiance to me then?
Allegiance is a strong word.
Well,
Cooperation. Further cooperation.
I will accept it on your terms.
When you have taken the seat, then you will have my allegiance.
I'll take his hand. I swear.
Good. He shakes your hand. Now come. I believe the Empress wishes to have us speak with us, as well as your mage friend. He was insistent, for some reason.
Insistent.
He shrugs.
Well, it's always a good thing when wizards are insistent, isn't it?
No. Well, why would you say that? It's never a good thing. It's always a bad thing. Wizards are bad news.
Went right over his head.
What are you talking about? young lady.
I thought sarcasm would have picked up on. You would have picked up on that by now. I only seen one city, but. Let's go. Come on, Grandpa.
Don't call me grandpa.
Alright. I will when I become. I will call you whatever I want when I become a ruler, though, so.
I'll be very upset, but fine.
Well played.
No.
Okay. If anyone else has anything, speak now. If not, we will move to gathering everyone.
Gather.
I'm okay.
All right. Sounds like everyone's gathering in the room with the Empress and AG and Alden. Fucking
Elden. Ring.
Elden.
Elden,
Elden
Hotaru.
Ring. Hotaru.
You got it.
I said the Empress.
You did.
Hotel
Hotel room.
California.
Let's go to the hotel room, yeah.
Next to California.
Okay. So you all gathered. The Empress stands before you, giving you all a look. She looks concerned, but smiles. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you helping me with all of this, despite how it's gone. I'm afraid I probably cannot help you as much as I would have liked in terms of the problem with your tribe, Tori. Things will be taking a bit of my focus for a little while here.
I understand. I gotta say, was a bit more than gang trouble, wasn't it?
Oh yes, oh yes. But that being said, I have no wish to send you without anything. So, I believe Eldon has something to say to you as well, but before we get to him, I will take my imperial privilege and go first. So, I have 3 gifts for you. One of them AG is not very happy about, he grumbles. But we'll save that for the second thing. The first thing, an item I think that most adventurers long to have, and is common, and we had in our storage, is this. And she pulls out a bag, a fairly large bag. It's engraved. It's got some stitching of several runes along the lid and whatnot.
Well, I was gonna say, is that what I think it is?
Well, probably. Unless you're thinking something dirty, in which case, no.
It's not. Well,
Why are there ruins on the bag?
Well,
they're good runes.
this is a heirloom from the Emperor, actually.
Oh.
It's been in our family for a long time. Honestly, it's been just sitting in our storeroom, just kind of gathering dust. Truth be told, I have no idea what's in here.
You said it was going to be an object useful to adventurers. Now it's an heirloom of the Emperor, but it's been collecting dust. Hotaru, do you know what's in the bag?
I have no idea what's in the bag.
Okay, well...
But I can tell you this. I know from the stories that this bag can hold... I guess there wasn't a limit, huh?
What stories? I've
Stories
never
about-
heard stories of the Emperor's bag before.
Infinite nunchucks.
Well, the Emperor had a weird habit of pulling out random weapons every so often, I hear. So, I think he stored a lot of them in here.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Here.
I'm down for this.
She walks over to you. She opens the bag and she holds it out to you. Reach inside and think of a thing you want. I guess. And then try to get it.
Is this a trap or something?
And that's not a trap. Just trust me. Try it.
This is a trap.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna reach
All
in.
this time, and it's a fucking like mimic.
Okay. What are you
Teeth
thinking
clamp
of?
down around my arm.
What are you
What am I-
thinking of?
What am
What
I
are you trying to
thinking of?
grab? Yeah.
She has a blank. She's nothing in her head right now.
I need something. You have to
She-
give me something.
She's
She's got to be thinking about like what could possibly be in here and have possibilities.
Yeah.
She's thinking of Iggy.
Porno mag.
Let's see.
New
Tori
weapon.
is thinking about. She's thinking about a new weapon.
What kind
She's
of weapon?
thinking. God, I don't know. Damn. I have an idea.
A spear.
Nunchucks. Knife.
Big ass bow like her dad has.
Rocket launcher.
I don't think you're gonna. Well, pick one thing, and then tell me.
Give me options, because I don't.
No.
I'm not do-
You don't get options. Tell me.
We just gave you options.
Your imagination.
What is a thing? Just think of a thing. You can just say spear. You can say like magic spear. You can say like an axe, or a sword, or
She's
a
thinking.
katana.
Nunchuck,
Ooh,
nunchuck,
she's
nunchuck.
thinking. No, she doesn't have nunchucks. Wait,
It was the Emperor's.
wait, it was the Emperor's.
Oh my god.
Nunchuck?
I'm thinking of magic nunchucks.
All right. Well. All right. This is the first time you're pulling out this bag. This will be a roll normally associated with this bag. If you're trying to pull stuff out of it to see if you can find it quickly enough. But because it's the first time you're pulling out this bag, you reach into the bag. You think about nunchucks for a second. Well, the Emperor had nunchucks. What are there any nunchucks in here? You feel something. You grasp something in your hand as you're like kind of rummaging through like what you feel is stuff, but nondescript stuff. You can't tell what it is specifically. It's like a mush, but like if mush was solid, like you're reaching through a bag of things. Like
Hairy.
Not,
Sharp.
there's some
slimy.
hairy things. Some
Oh,
sharp
moving.
things. Who knows? But then you reach something solid, a pair of something solid, like two handles. You hear a jingle of a chain. You pull it out. You pull out a pair of fucking nunchucks.
Oh shit.
What the fuck is this?
Nice.
What is this?
This is called a bag of holding. It's,
Yeah, that's cool. What is this?
well, it looks
you
like
see
a pair of
this?
nunchucks.
Hotaru, this is the Emperor's weapon. He used the nunchucks, remember?
He used a lot of nunchucks.
That is fair.
He had, but I cannot stress this enough, a lot of things. He conquered this entire nation. He had a lot of stuff.
Nowhere to put it though. Bag of holding.
You putting
Must
it
be
back in the
nice.
bag?
No.
Oh, you keeping the nunchucks? Well, you get the. She's
Yeah,
giving you the bag.
Am I keeping the? Yeah, I'm keeping the nunchucks. What do you think? Hotaru, it's like that-
Well,
that-
nunchucks are a nice
cool
bonus, but
magic
the
nunchuck.
bag is the thing I'm giving you.
Oh, okay. I'm getting the whole bag.
Well, you're all getting the bag. I'm
Okay.
assuming you're not hoarding the bag.
Yeah, that would be rude.
This is pretty
I-
amazing, though. You know, I am going to have to go back to the village and claim my right to rule. So, I mean, having a emperor's heirloom is kind of a nice bargaining.
Well,
point.
on that note, how about? Well, no, I said we would do AG's thing first, so we'll get to that. But what about if you had two heirlooms? But so hold on to that thought. Well, the second gift, and she looks at AG. AG looks annoyed, and you notice he has a spear. His big ass fucking spear.
Oh.
Are you giving me AG?
No, I'm not giving you AG.
Oh, dang.
Well, you were talking about his spear.
I'm talking.
Mm.
No, his. Why? Look, I like you, old man. Don't talk in innuendos. That's the scrawny human's job.
That is my thing. You're
Adam,
kind of ruining it.
I kind of
Got a
stepped on your toes
Snickers.
there. Sorry about that.
You know, if you want to give us AG, I guess just have to take it.
No, I don't feel like sharing that.
Um,
She
I
smiles.
guess.
AG.
Tori just kind of looks annoyed. She kind of frowns a bit.
AG rolls his eyes and steps forward. All right, we made an agreement. So, you did help us out. You protected the Empress. I technically can get another one of these, and this isn't my nicer one. Although this one is the only one that does the thing. Anywho, I can get another spear. So, he holds it out. Which one of you wants this? Or do you want me to show you what it does?
Can you
First.
show me what it
You
does?
said does the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see the thing.
Do the thing.
Yes. So it's
Got
I
Adam's
figured you would
attention.
ask. He waves a hand. An attendant brings out a straw dummy. A straw dummy. He kind of walks it out, puts it on the thing. All right, you're gonna want to keep clear for a second. And he's gonna spin the spear around, and you'll notice it looks heavy before, but once he swings it in the air, you can tell it's got some fucking weight. Pretty fucking heavy. And he stops spinning around, and then shoves it into the dummy, sticks it deep into this straw dummy, and then you notice on part of the staff or the pole of the spear, there's a mechanism. He twists it. You hear a click, and you watch as this one blade at the end, this very long blade, suddenly starts to open, and then turns into 3 blades. It becomes a cross spear, but it becomes a cross spear inside the dummy, so it tears it to pieces.
Oh my.
Ooh. Well.
Very suddenly and very abruptly and very violently.
That is
That's
like
kind of cool.
at
I
least
like-
one more D4 of damage.
I liked everything before that.
Well, I think that might be either a Way or an Adam item. It's certainly too heavy for us to hold.
We're definitely the 2 polearm users.
That is
The Way's
bull-
or
it's like
Adam's
eight-
already got a
eight
cool
years, yeah.
thunder
Barry
polearm.
takes offense to that being my polearm.
Barry just looks grumpy.
I'm a polearm. No.
Adam just kind of looks over at Way. Well, what do you think?
Depends on the weight of it.
Here, give it a hold. He holds it out to you.
I mean, how heavy is it for Way?
It's got some heft. It's definitely pretty heavy, but it's not so heavy that it's unusable. It's definitely a heavier polearm, though. It's definitely weighted toward the front of the spear. But usable, for certain. You could definitely use it. Not terribly much more than your crossbow that you currently have.
Okay, that was my main concern, is if it weighed a lot more than that.
No, effectively, it's another crossbow.
Okay.
Just
fair
looks like a
enough.
normal spear. Except for when it doesn't.
Up until when you open it. Preferably inside things.
Wayne's kind of hold it around, look at it from all angles, point it up, twist the thing, see if it'll go off.
It does. And you can feel like the air kind of shifts with the mechanism. It's very fast and violent. Called Ningen Mukotsu.
He'll hand it over to Adam to see, like, what do you think of it?
I know what
Adam
those
kind of-
words mean, and it's scary.
Adam just kind of
I can assume what those note words mean.
holds the weapon in his hand, looking it over. I mean, definitely, as far as weapons go, I might say it's a work of art. I don't know. I think it'd be good on you. He says before handing it back to Wei.
Well, I can always give it a shot here. So I guess I'm taking the big spear.
Yeah. I mean, Adam's got his spirit spear. You get the rip and tear spear.
Rip and tear. He's got huge
I'm
guts.
actually hoping more so I can fan it out and use it more defensively.
I'm sure you could.
You could.
He'd be very effective at that, yeah. And at that point, like, the light rattling sound that Adam was hearing the whole time he was holding the spear stopped.
The spirit got jealous. This jelly boy.
Now, you notice as you hold it and you operate it, the mechanism is very solid, and he tells you that it's effectively made of adamantine,
Oh.
the mechanism, so it is not likely to break under most circumstance.
Noted.
And you also recall, as well as anyone who rolled well when you first met AG and knew of his history, that he had a reputation for leaving a very bloody mess behind on any battlefield he fought on.
This might have had something to do with it.
Like fun.
Yeah.
Did you say this isn't your best spear?
Well, it's my spear, but I have other spears. He says. You don't know if you. He doesn't seem happy about this, but he's trying to hide it.
Adam just kind of gives a nod and just a very solemn nod and understanding.
It's a very nice spear though. Very heavy. Looks
You have
solid,
given us a great gift.
girthy. It'll help us a lot.
We'll put it to good use for sure.
Be
Adam
sure
just
that you
kind of
do.
blinks a couple times, kind of very
Yeah, like-
briefly looks at Tori before looking back.
I feel like all of you were saying different things and implying different things, and I'm gonna ignore all of them and just take them as compliments.
Alright, for the best.
What's the third reward? What's the third
Okay.
reward?
Yes.
I was excited.
All right, the third gift. She smiles and nods, feeling she seems like she was enjoying his discomfort, as he had to give up a thing he liked. Ha 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 ha.
Take that.
Take
Ego
that.
gets owned.
I'm the one in control here. So the third gift is also, looks at Tori and smiles, another thing of the Emperor's.
Are you sure you want to give me all this stuff? Your neighbor over there doesn't seem too kind. And he might see that as. What am I talking about? See, what are you giving me?
To be honest, we have quite a few relics of the Emperor. These are just some of the ones I found that seemed more practical for you all. I can prove my lineage, well, with a lot of things, a lot of different things. But these are some things that we've had that I felt would be useful to you all. Between whatever's in that bag, the bag itself, AG's spear, and, well, and she holds out what looks like an amulet. It's fairly large, it fits in her hand. It's got this weird gemstone in the center, though, that's shaped like a teardrop. It's kind of void of color right now. Well, that's not entirely true. There's a little bit of red in it. Kind of swimming around in it. Like it's not quite full. Like it has liquid inside.
Hmm.
And around that gemstone, the amulet itself is like shaped like a dragon, holding it in one of its claws. The gemstone, that is.
Dragon.
The head of the dragon poking around the side.
What's that?
Hmm.
This is the dragon's emblem. It was, well, well, stories said that when the Emperor wore it, no matter how many times he may have failed in battle, when it shone brightly, a bright red, he could do the impossible.
Oh.
And
What?
effectively, stepping out of, well, if you want, do you want to say something before I explain what it does?
Well, I was just gonna say, oh, it's this Emperor's secret weapon.
So, here's what it does. So, when any of you who link to it, which is all of you, I'm assuming you're going to link to this, because of what it's going to do for all of you, it will, every time you fail a roll, any roll, this will fill up. And once it is full, any of you that are connected to it, which is the party, I'm going to assume,
Sure.
can succeed at anything you wish. Even if it's fucking impossible.
Oh.
Jesus.
So it's a counter that when it's full, we get one free success.
It's a free success, but beyond even that, it allows you to do something that should not be possible.
I see.
It's a fucking wish spell.
Oh god, it's a wish amulet.
It's Musa mode, but no, this is. How many failures does it take to
8.
fill it up? 8.
8
Because
failures.
it's from all of you.
We'll have that by the end of the day.
Yeah.
We'll have that before we leave.
Way just. Or not way. Never mind.
She's going.
Oh,
Tori's
don't
going-
worry. I'll fill it up. Fear not.
I was gonna. Never mind. I was gonna make a joke at someone else's expense. Never mind.
Tori's going to
Leave me alone.
very carefully take the amulet, look it over, and then she'll put it on. It's beautiful. I don't even know what to say.
Well, just make the best use of it. Make the best use of it is. Fuck words.
You can do it.
Best. Make the best use of it that you can. There, I got there.
You did it.
Good job, Andre.
Thank you. Please give me applause. I desperately need it. Thank you.
Good job, I can't believe this.
Thank you for the words.
Okay. Also, because I said it had color in it, and it does, it already has 2 charges.
Ooh. Nice.
I think we should give it to Lyle and have him go walk up and down some stairs.
As I said to it, as
Careful.
I said, it's
On the last
thing
one, he might actually
all-
make it up the stairs and then burn it.
How
Jesus.
how
It's
exactly?
connected.
Go on.
What?
You all can connect to it, so you're all effectively connected. If you all take some time to attune to it effectively.
Okay.
So you're all of your failures, once you attune to it, even if only one of you is wearing it.
Yeah, you don't
Is it-
all have to be holding it.
Correct.
That
I
will
got
certainly come in handy when facing down the Tengri army.
As an aside, this is based on a thing from another game that I thought was really cool. So that's why I'm putting it in here, because I think it's a cool idea.
I like it.
Very
Thanks,
interesting.
Mojave.
It's very dangerous giving us wish.
Well,
I was trying to think if this was an amulet that I've had before in one of my streams, and I'm like, I don't remember.
so
special screen.
when I say you do something impossible, it's not like I wish that I had $1,000, and that just happens. It's like you're trying to do something that should not be fucking possible for you to do,
Yeah.
and you can
a feat.
do it. A feat of insanity.
So, like, we can
like-
jump to the moon?
If
Within
you want to
reason.
jump to the moon, but then you have to face the consequences of jumping to the moon.
I think we can do it, but I don't think we're free of the consequences of doing it.
Correct.
So, don't be reckless.
Be reckless with it.
You
The
just have
Emperor
to
was
word your
reckless with
wish the right way.
it. It's not a wish. It's an act. You take an action. You're not saying anything. You're trying to do a thing.
Do the impossible.
What you're saying is I can use my herbal kit to cure Lyle. Got it.
Correct. Well, yes, actually.
Stuff like that. Okay.
Would he be able to use it on my wife?
Impossible.
Oh shit!
I see the
I thought you
problem.
said you were at peace with your wife, Steph.
You're already getting there, huh, Maji?
Maji's gonna take
This
this
didn't
back.
take long.
Seriously going to Dragon's Amulet.
How about not impossible, but damn near it?
It's you would need to give me how in some fashion, and I have to believe it. Kind of. I'm willing to give you a lot of leeway, but if like you just say, I pick up Gazelle's wife's ashes, I put some Healy juice in it, his wife's back.
Grow a new
That's
wife
no.
right out of the ashes of the old.
No new
Sprouts out like little
No.
bitty Groot.
But you can't just
No,
say
but
I,
if you
Go plant
were,
her
like,
fingernails.
But if you were like communing for spirit and you wanted to return her to life through like recreating her body as a vessel or something like that, through some divine magic that you had access to, like you could revivify someone, and I want to revivify someone that I shouldn't be able to, that kind of situation.
Fair enough.
I think Gazelle's wife's a bit too far gone, unless you get someone who can bring back the dead already.
Yeah, probably.
so hypothetically speaking,
I
if
mostly
this
just wanted to make the joke.
moon
I
was
got
like
it.
an 8,
Mhm.
what do you say my chances of seducing the Empress are?
Oh
If you
shit!
got
God.
to an 8. Well,
You still have to go through AG.
You still have to attune
You-
to it.
You're not immune to the consequences of your actions, bud.
by the end of
But they
tonight,
are worth it.
Somebody get me some fucking stairs!
yes, I think if you got Janice to an 8 and you were able to say something, if you were able to charm her, you could do it. Yes.
I'm going to behave
Kill
myself
you
with this
afterwards?
knowledge.
Probably.
I will be good. I'm just establishing.
The
Anyway,
Emperor had to get all these fucking wives some fucking how.
It was
That's fair.
definitely the amulet.
Yeah.
It was definitely the amulet.
Well, it was that and
It
probably
was definitely
bunch
the
of
amulet.
murder, conquering, and other shit, but amulet helped. Probably didn't hurt.
I mean, you know what the Emperor
The
used
failure
to say?
probably hurt.
8 out of 9 chicks will always say no. Motherfucker knew. Those broken shit.
good lord.
He did conquer an entire nation while he was young.
Yeah, it's some impressive gifts. Well, thank you, Empress. These will certainly come in handy on our impossible quest.
May I request but one more boon? Lyle says
Yes.
very formally.
If it's something lewd, I will harm you. So be careful what you ask for.
Not
That
lewd,
in
just you
Yes,
know,
what you
I
want.
almost died protecting your highness. I think and he's gonna turn his cheek to her, like point at his cheek. He says, I think a little personal reward is in order.
Because I'll smack
She stares at you. And that's all. That's all you're asking.
Yeah, of course. I would never think
She
of
steps around the
dishonoring
wall.
your highness.
Stop talking.
You're ruining it.
Stop talking. Say
Okay.
nothing else. And she steps forward and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
I'm gonna make eye contact with AG while it's happening.
AG is narrowing
He has
his
a
eyes.
death wish.
We might need to use that amulet a little bit sooner than we thought.
You think we're gonna use it for that?
Good point.
I mean, it's not like he can use it after he's dead.
If she kills him, it'll only fill up the consequence meter by 1.
I mean, he might fill it up with all the.
He did
death
succeed in the fly.
Jesus.
I danger. Well,
He is definitely
AG will remember this, but he won't kill you right now.
This may come back to haunt you one day.
His fingers are
That's
just
the telepath.
gripping the spear that is no longer in his hands.
You are on the shit list now.
using charm and social grace.
To be fair, he was already on the shit list.
Yeah.
Oh, but now he's on the shit list, much dangerous shit list.
He's
He's
in
much
that.
higher on the shit list.
He's in that top 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
He has a priority spot.
He is soaring through the ranks.
Well, I was just gonna bow
Only I didn't
So-
just give my spear away.
to Hotaru and say, thank you kindly, your highness.
You're welcome.
It is my
Mind
pleasure.
if,
Much pleasure.
we
Ah.
inquire what you intend to do while we're away? How you intend to handle the situation with your neighbors in the Clotus? What your next moves will be?
Well, she looks over at Eldon, who looks like he's waiting his turn.
Oh.
We have been given some boons by the last tower. We've been offered, well, sanctuary, actually, if things become too precarious here. Then Eldon speak up. Yes. Last night I used a spell to contact the master of the tower to inform of the situation, and he is instructed me what to do here. So, yes, the Empress and Eiji here, and any of her retinue that she wishes, if things become too dangerous here, we will grant her asylum amongst our halls. I am to remain here and provide that escape should she need it. So I'm afraid I can't go with you all to your next step in your journey, but there is more I must say. But that is what's going to happen. The Empress right now we're going to attempt to see what the situation is and go from there. And if things become too dangerous, we will evacuate the Empress to a safer location.
We're counting on you, Eldon.
I'll do my best. I cannot stretch to you how much I am stressed out right now. I don't think I slept. He has bags under his eyes.
You should try to relax. At least.
I need some coffee or tea or coffee tea. Do they make that? I'm gonna try to make that. Anywho,
You need a little shot of something
no,
else
I
to
just need coffee.
pep you up.
It's called matcha coffee. It's pretty good, actually.
Oh, is it? I'll have to try that. He pulls out a notebook, writes that down.
Matcha coffee.
Anyway, so, as far as you all, I was told to give you a message as well, actually.
Oh,
I have informed him that you intend to go to Tori's village to evaluate that situation and attempt to deal with it. He expressed that he understands your predicament and your responsibilities and wishes you the best of luck. Upon completion of that, he humbly invites you to return to our headquarters with me and the Empress, if she so wishes, to meet him personally.
Oh. An audience with the Grand Wizard.
He is a bit more than a Grand Wizard, but yes.
You know, from empresses to foreign generals, I feel like we're really meeting a lot of high-profile people here, and a lot.
It's almost
Well,
like we're making our way up in the world.
he
I should hope he's not the Grand Wizard.
asked me to tell you to help you understand that this is a situation of the most dire importance, and that he asks for your cooperation as much as you can, and he will aid you as any way he can as well.
Alright then, we will return as fast as we're able once our business is concluded there.
Speaking of aid, I made a request of you some time ago. Were you able to complete work on the sightseeing stone?
Providing a ward to prevent you from being seen when using it?
Yeah.
Well, yes. It's a bit... Okay, let me explain. He pulls out another thing. Do you have the stone with you right now?
Yeah, I think I still have it.
I think so.
I believe so.
We can say it's past hands if not, and I have it now.
He holds out like a disc that's got a indent in the center that's like kind of shaped vaguely like the stone. I assembled this. It cost me a bit, but it's fine. Just whenever you want to use it safely, it's going to take some time. So you plop it in the center here, and she puts it inside, and then you watch as the edges of the emblem start to light up, and it starts to fill with light. It will take it about, give or take an hour or two to fully activate and secure for use. But once it does, you should be warded from any prying eyes once using it.
Right. I'm gonna look over at Hotaru and tell her. We'll be separated, but I'll use this, and I'll keep an eye on you from afar to make sure you're still okay. If anything happens, we'll come back for you.
Very well.
Anyway, what else did the leader say of the last tower say? Anything else?
Just that if you encounter any more Cladis, if it is the Cladis, that attempt to capture one if you can. And if you cannot, and if it is more resilient than you're expecting, do not continue to fight it and run.
Can do.
I think we learned last time we fought them that they were not to be underestimated. I heard something. There it is.
When the Cladis takes over someone, does your Grand Wizard, does he know what happens to them? Do they die? Do they cease to be? Are they in a perpetual state of undeath? Do you know?
Well, it's not undeath. It's more like that. You become a different organism.
What happens to the original host? Are they simply consumed, erased?
They're transformed. As far as I'm aware, from my readings and what I have learned, their soul is either destroyed or forced out, as their body is no longer theirs.
Sounds like a hellish way to go.
No, wouldn't wish that on anyone. But all right.
Guess we'll go there soon, as well.
Yeah,
Sort of already going there a while. When we left the city anyway, in the first place, Alteraam. So, guess we're not gonna avoid it either.
Well, that seems to be our quest now. To be honest.
File said something in the chat real quick.
So, sorry.
File said something.
Scroll down.
Okay.
Ah.
Wei wants to know if there's a way to help the souls infected by the Cladis pass on to the great beyond.
I don't know for certain which is true, but if the Cladis consumes the body, then the soul is either forced out or destroyed. So, but if I imagine there's any way to get peace, it would be to destroy the body it had taken over. That's assuming the soul is not trapped or is not already released. It becomes murky when they infect you, as I understand it.
So in other words, we must choose violence.
Yes.
Right.
Sounds like it.
So, violence it is.
Well, if we fight, we must.
The one note I can say for certain is that just as magic does not affect them, they cannot affect magic. So if someone is infected and turning, if you were to use some spell to shield their soul, they could not affect it.
What sort of spell would that be?
I do not know. I'm not a cleric. That is not my realm of expertise.
We shall cast Disinfect from a spray bottle.
Got Bless, Cure Wounds, Sanctuary. I don't really think any of those would do the trick.
Just cast John 3 was it 313? 316?
I think.
Grab some sort of cross-like thing or whatever passes for it and start speaking in Italian. Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
I happen to have a cross. It's big.
He has a very big cross now, yes.
It's true.
Actually, I think he has two.
He does have two. He could wield spears.
Oh shit. Here we go.
Cross formation.
Be gone, fucking demon.
But
You don't belong in this world.
this campaign just got fucking rad.
Well, that's cool. I suppose the only thing left to do is figure out what we're going to do about Tori's father. Are we gonna stroll up the main path to the village? Are we gonna climb up the mountain and take him unawares? What's our plan for that?
infiltrate. There's no way that we would survive going a direct path to the village. It's too heavily guarded by Tengu. So,
Yosuo speaks up. I know of a backwards path. Or backwards path? The fuck does that mean?
Back road.
A back road into the mountains that leads to the village.
alright.
Yasuo, could you just take us in as prisoners?
Tengu don't take prisoners.
This is true.
You're a special case.
You are a special case. This is not untrue. I could. You would ask. They would ask why I didn't kill the rest of you. Well, it is a fact.
Why he's been gone for so long without checking in?
And also true.
And why we all still have our weapons unless we want to go in very, very dangerously.
You do
Also-
have a bag that holds a lot. She didn't specify.
Also, a very other big important point you guys are missing is that Yasuo's group has been slain. He's the sole survivor of the crew that we found him in.
This is
That's also true.
Might have to explain why he's missing 7 other Tengu. And how he found me even.
Yeah, it's poses some complications. I was like, we don't have to say that his whole troop was slain. Why don't we just disguise ourselves as Tengu? We can find some masks and glue some feathers to our backs.
I don't know how that would work.
Yes, I imagine our wings would be very useful.
I'll see you coming
We
up with
could
the
totally
ideas.
pass.
I think that it would be very dumb to approach that way,
Well,
but
you know what? Why don't we just all hide in the bag? Can we do that?
I like this back roads approach.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I
did you
guess
just
I-
say we all hide in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the inside of the bag even like? Is there air?
Only one way to find out. I volunteer. We put the goblin in.
All I heard was Vile say, "I volunteer." So
Now, in typical D&D, no. However, Dungeon World does not say anything about that. So,
Oh shit!
theoretically, it's up to me.
you guys really want to
So-
let Mage decide what happens to you when you willingly throw yourselves into a pocket dimension. In every sense of the word pocket.
You know, I'm starting to think that maybe the backroads idea.
With all of, and that bag is apparently full of stuff that Emperor Sorum had.
Do you think there's a couple
I don't
wives in
know.
there?
It could be fun.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who the fuck knows it's in the bag? Again, it's very old, and it's had a lot of shit in it, and it still probably does.
I bet you like half of the kingdoms he conquered are in there.
Let me read
At least
verbatim what it says the bag of holding is. A bag of holding is larger on the inside than the outside. It can contain an infinite number of items, and its weight never increases. When you try to retrieve an item from the bag of holding, roll plus wisdom. On a 10 plus, it's right there. On a 7 to 9, you choose one. You get the exact item, but it takes a while, or you get a similar item of the GM's choice, but it only takes a moment. No matter how many items it contains, the bag of holding is always 0 weight. And that's it.
Okay.
So, theoretically, yes, you could get inside the bag.
what if we don't know what's in it and we want to try and get it? Like, how do we
You would
decide
just
on what we're grabbing?
you just think about something you're trying. You have to think about something you're trying to get. Is how I'm ruling that. You have to like think of a general thing you're looking for. Like I'm looking for candy, and you reach in there, and if there's candy in there, you might get it.
It's
Okay,
not
so
just a table of a million things that we
So
could
what
draw
you're saying
randomly.
is ostensibly it's hammer space for us.
Yes.
Okay.
and
All right.
it is the case because we have
It
to
is-
know what we're looking for. Then, if something is in there and we have no idea it's in there, it's essentially lost until we somehow learn it's in there, or we
If
just
you,
guess generally enough until it comes up.
Basically, I'm kind of because I think it's fun. The idea of it being very old and having a
Weird
who the
stuff in
fuck
it.
knows what's inside it.
No, I mean
Blockbuster, remember?
I like the idea. I'm just trying to clarify. Like
Yeah, I understand.
I get what you're coming. Okay,
The
so
way I'm understanding it is just anything we think of, we'll probably be able to grab.
The more specific that you're thinking, if it's in the bag, as long as it's not something like I want there to be a mech in the bag, and I would love to give that to you, but I cannot give that to you. There's not going to be any mechs inside the bag, as much as I would want there to be mechs inside the bag.
And
Like,
it's-
that's mech. Come on.
I imagine it's probably also not going to be like, there's a locked door in front of me that's in a random, place. I want the key to this place. We're probably not going to get that particular key out of.
You
the
might
bag.
get a key,
You might get a key, yeah, but like,
maybe even a key that might help you through that situation. But you cannot, the more specific that you're looking for, the more you'll get something close if you roll well. If you
Right.
are more general, you'll just kind of get something I can think of, or something fun, or something.
I
I
want a
gotcha.
key. Gets a fire axe.
What's your stance on like
But it's shaped like a key.
consumables? If Nipana reaches into the bag wanting a pineapple, are they gonna get like an old rotten one from way back in Sorum's time?
Hmm.
Or would there be like fresh food?
That's a
that's
good
caught in
question.
space
Is anything in the
like fresh?
bag like preserved, or
You guys
is
are
it
really-
is it frozen in time? Hmm.
I'm gonna leave that up to fun, and we'll
I
find
guess-
out.
Yeah,
Okay,
I guess,
fair enough.
that's
That puts a new fear on
How
if
well
we jump
we
into
roll.
the bag.
yeah.
I know.
We
You
find
really want to reach your hand into that bag?
we find a wife
I
in the
did
bag,
describe
but
there
she's
something
been
like
dead.
furry in there when you reached inside, so who knows?
No.
Here.
I vote we throw the bag in the
Maybe.
river.
Reach in the bag. I want to pull out a raccoon. A
Ra-
penguin.
Raccoon skin hat.
I think the one limitation that is fair is it has to be feasibly possible to put it inside the bag. It's big enough that like if a person were like reach inside, they could probably climb in because there's no bottom. It's that big. So anyone unless you're like a giant crocodile man wouldn't be able to fit inside this bag. But Lyle, being a tall, lanky man, could probably fit inside this probably crawl
Oh.
into this bag.
Hell yeah.
Bro, you can pull Zero out. Fuck yeah, summon. Summon.
Could Tori fit with her wings?
That might be a little harder actually. Potentially. I think
She'd have to like morph ball to get in there.
Should wiggle in.
because Tori has been able to go to most places you guys have, I think her wings are like flexible enough.
She could
Like
probably-
fold her in herself.
She could fold her wings against her body. She get
I
through
think so.
doorways
I
and shit.
I think Tori could fit inside the bag.
I can go
'Cause
through.
you can like push your wings around you like a cloak, and just kind of
Yeah.
like push yourself in.
Yeah, I've always kind of pictured it as like, do you guys ever watch the Gargoyles cartoon on
Yeah.
Disney? Like
Yeah.
how they
Yeah.
kind of just drape it around themselves like that. That's kind
That's,
of
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what like the bird beastia in FFZV did with their wings a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay. Well, any other questions about the things you got? I guess.
No, we'll find ways to break them. Don't worry.
Oh, I know.
How long till you take them away?
We'll see.
Well, I have to figure out I have a general idea what I want that spear to do. Effectively, what I want it to do, and this is also if you can describe to me a method by which you use it to break something, like I want to, like let's say, for example, if you want to use the spear defensively, and you describe to me like I want to catch this weapon and break it by like catching it with the cross mode, it hits the weapon. I want to close it so it snaps whatever it catches. All right, you could do that, and there would just be because that's just using the mechanism of the thing you have. But in terms of like, I have to figure this out exactly. But I want it to do more damage when you stab someone and open it effectively. And I want it to be gruesome, and I want there to be fun things that happen when you do so. I'm trying to narrow that down. I could never quite narrow it down.
It almost sounds like too awesome of a weapon for Way, because it's the fucking spear that makes blood.
Way's a little. He's a little too kind
Happen.
to shred people, but I believe he'd do it if they pissed him off.
I also intended for
Just wait till we fight an emu again.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
I also intended for you to like rip apart armor.
Is there an emu in the bag?
I don't know.
Because I wants to reach in and grab an emu.
It's craving emu eggs again.
Roll plus wisdom. 2d6 plus your wisdom.
Ooh.
Basically, wait, I'm gonna try to narrow that down and like finalize it, and I'll send it to you, and then we could work on it. Just something you like, if you're
You
gonna
can just
have it.
have it do like a D12 damage if I open it up inside someone.
That was the baseline I was starting off of. So yes, at the very minimum, it's gonna do that. If not
Does
some
the-
other fun narrative thing, it does.
Does the spear do more damage than a regular spear? Because my current spear did 1 damage.
Did +1 damage.
Correct.
It's heavier. So +1 and piercing, I think. So it just rips through armor as is.
Okay.
So then everything's armored. And if that's not enough, we'll work on that. But for now, that's kind of what I was thinking. And we'll work on that, okay?
All right.
It got a 7.
You got a 7.
I failed.
For the
You didn't
emu.
fail. You pull
Well,
out,
costs.
Oh, I guess.
you reach inside, and you pull out a chicken.
And it's alive and everything?
It
Okay.
turns its head, it pecocks.
Good
I
lord.
guess so.
Interesting.
I was like, at least we don't have to worry
Saturday.
about dinner tonight.
It tries to fly back in the bag.
Gazelle's gonna go like
Back to the hole.
swing
I
it
can't
over
deal with
towards
reality
Barry.
anymore.
Are you just gonna feed the chicken to Barry?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna describe what happens, but it's unpleasant to watch.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Or he's gonna walk over and yank the chicken away before it gets to Barry's mouth. Like,
Okay.
no, what's
Because
what are you
then
doing?
it's
Stop.
saved
bad, bad.
from Barry.
I feel like that should be an interfere.
Yeah.
As
I
I
do-
was describing
I
it
do
happening, I also
interfere.
wanted it to not happen.
Gazelle's gonna like lower his brow and then just feed the egg to Barry.
Barry eats the egg.
Does that mean there's like,
Yeah.
yolk and slime dripping out of Barry's neck hole?
Yes.
Potentially.
Ew.
Down the shaft of the staff.
Yes.
Greasing it up a little bit, getting it on Gazelle's hand.
It's okay.
All
Gazelle
these
has
things.
some fabric wrapped around it to catch any of that.
Okay.
Well, it certainly is catching all that.
I bet it hasn't changed at all since you wrapped it on there.
No, he changes it quite frequently, actually.
Okay.
Really. Name
How
off the-
hygienic of him.
That doesn't seem in character at all.
Gazelle looks like a scraggly old hobo, but he smells like fucking roses and potpourri. He's very high on the hygiene thing.
apparently. Okay, well, are you all going to set off then, saying your goodbyes?
Yes.
Yeah, it's time to say goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you, Princess, for everything. Thank you, Eldon. Keep us posted. We'll do our best. You saved our asses again. I owe you. AG. Enjoy my sloppy seconds.
Wow.
Damn.
Staring death in the face as always, I see.
I'd say you can kill him, but we kind of need him for this next part already. So, bye.
Thank you. Try not to get flesh crabbed while we're gone.
Can I speak to Eldon in private 1 second?
Sure.
Just pull him aside.
Sure. Yes, Otto?
Elvin, you know a lot of things.
Well, I try.
And
Look at him.
you've heard of a lot of places.
Sure.
Have you ever heard of Windia?
Has he heard of it? Would he know of it?
Elden roll. Let's go.
Hold on. Let me look at the map. He is quiet for a moment. And he, bites his lip as he's thinking. Why do you ask?
I want to know.
You want to know if I've heard of this place? That's all?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I have.
So it's real.
It was.
Was.
It's, well, it's very old. How did you hear about this?
I heard of it.
Oh, did Otto just lie?
It's a lying boy.
Ooh.
Higher. Rounded.
Does Otto's nose get bigger?
Where is it?
Damn.
Oh shit!
Where is it?
Well- It's.
Or
Well,
where was it?
it was. In the. I don't know the exact coordinates of where it was back then, but. Well, that's a lie. I do. When you come to the headquarters, you'll see it.
I'll see it.
You'll where it was, yes.
Is it the floating island in the sky above the ocean?
No, shut up.
Probably the crater.
It's fine. It's
Okay.
it's literally like just 200 miles north of here. It's fine. This is really far away.
The master of the tower will be able to answer any questions about that way better than I can. I have only read about it in the books, you know.
Thank you, Alvin.
Sure. He looks a little uncomfortable right now.
We'll see you again soon.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you again, Otto.
Me Be careful.
You as well. I'm sensing some hostility from Otto.
He's not.
It's just so sharp. You said it so sharply. It's like, oh,
That wasn't fond wishes. That was a threat.
He's a little excited.
You again.
yeah.
He's a little excited.
Okay. That's enough.
Okay. Yue watches you rejoin the group, looking concerned because you've been talking to a lot of people, but not telling
Hey.
her anything.
She doesn't know I talked to Tori.
No, this is true, but you've probably been acting a little weird this morning, I bet.
Yeah, probably. Little quieter than usual.
Thinking about things, the way robots think about things with their calculations
Yeah.
that they make millions of per second.
Oh,
Hanging out with
it's just
Lyle
like-
and learning how to fucking lie.
Oh, Otto.
That Lyle's a bad influence, I tell you
He
what.
sure is.
He's my boy.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start to wrap this up because next would be a whole thing. So I don't want to start with a whole thing very end of this.
Okay.
So we're gonna wrap it up with a little bit of vignette thingy dealy
Okay, that's
as
fair.
you all head into your cart or wagon. It's been kind of adorned and cleaned up and taken care of while it was in the castle, so it's nice and clean now.
Nice.
It's all fixed up. It's nice. Your horse got a nice grooming.
Did we ever name our horse?
I don't think you did.
Chadley.
We should name our horse.
Actually, I think you did. I just don't want to remember it.
You don't want to remember it.
What's its name?
Oh wait, those are your horses you had when you escaped the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a different
Vile
horse.
and Steep.
I don't think we would know their names.
No, I'm pretty sure you took them. You just stole them.
Alright, we need to name
I think it matters right now, but we'll name him later.
Name them later. Anywho, you head out of Xinjiang. You are given pass to leave. You present to the guards at the exit of town, who let you by. You see a lot of people looking to leave and being checked thoroughly before they even get a chance. Some people are just being outright denied. A lot of people are not able to enter town at all, and there's a little bit of a, it's not a shanty town, a caravan forming outside of the city as people just continue to gather but not able to enter the city given the current state of affairs. So it's kind of getting a bit bad here right now. But currently that's not your concern. As you head toward the mountains to head to Tori's village.
Dun, dun, dun.
But in the village itself, there is an individual who watches you leave. A feminine figure, dressed with a hood and nice but rather common clothes, watching your cart leave before they slink into the shadows and disappear.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Brielle. I knew it was you.
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna.
that's where we'll leave off. Alright. Question time!
I'm scared.
No.
It was a pretty slow session, quiet session, so probably not going to have a lot of these. Did you discover something new and important about the world of characters?
Not
Discover
really.
Windio is a real place, sort of.
I guess.
Sort of.
Well, let's Oh no.
I'm probably gonna say no though, because
can
you haven't really seen it.
Yeah,
I did.
You did.
Just rub it in.
But I'm gonna say that's a no.
Okay.
Did you newly visit or significantly alter a memorable location?
I'm gonna,
Also, probably not.
I'm gonna say
Nope.
Nope.
No. Did you overcome a notable obstacle, enemy, or challenge?
We get no experience points. Yay!
No.
I mean, Lyle kind of did throw some massive shade.
I mean, he might have to later.
Just destroyed AG, yeah?
Yeah, but that's gonna end at his death, though, so I don't know if that counts.
Oh. I'll live.
Does that count as a fail?
I always bounce back.
Not yet. It's not a fail yet. It'll be a fail later, probably.
No.
So no.
We'll see.
So all three are a no.
Yep.
What
Yay.
about bonds?
That is up to you. There were some conversations, so perhaps so.
Actually, I might have my Yasuo bond now.
Possibly. You
Yep.
did kind of finalize. Yeah, I'll support you.
I might have Yasuo bond too, actually, because my whole bond with Yasuo says the geezer's a hard sell once it's dead, but I think he'll come around eventually. I think he's
Came
come
around to Tori. He could still shiv you in the back.
He might
I
still
wouldn't
want
blame
me dead personally, but I think my opinion of him has changed.
him. He said he would kill you first if you ever got out.
That's fine. You know, he can kill me or try.
I'm gonna write that down as completed because Tori's bond with Yasuo is that he comes to the realization that her father was running the Tengu tribe to their dooms.
Yes,
So
he is.
now he's on her side, so that's a next view.
Am I allowed to resolve that Yasuo bond? Masha? It's got to be two ways. What do you think? Does he come around?
He technically has come around. This is true. I feel like you need to have a conversation with him, though, to really finalize that.
I could hold it until I talk to him.
Yeah, have a conversation with him, then yes.
Okay. We're getting there.
Okay. Just make a note to try to talk to him next time
Sure.
as you're traveling or when you come to a stop.
I believe Nipano had one with Gazelle.
Yeah, I'm gonna advance that bond. I feel like my goal was to see if you were at peace with your wife's death, and it sounds like you are. It sounds like you don't need me to attempt to speak with her on your behalf, so yeah, that seems resolved.
I think I have another bond with Otto now. Help Otto find Windia.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
Gazelle was wary of Nipano a little bit, but maybe not as much now.
I will say as well, my bond with Gazelle says that Grandpa has some trauma, Dragon Maws and a dead wife. I'd like to know more about his past, and I think learned a bit more. But that might be a similar thing to Yasuo, where I have to actually talk to him instead of just eavesdropping to resolve it. What do you
Well,
think,
in
Ed?
that case, you. With the other one, then you didn't even eavesdrop, so like I would think
True.
it's the same. Because in this case, like you did learn.
What does yours with
about
Lyle
that,
say?
which- I don't have one with Lyle.
Oh, well, you know, you should make one. Okay, well, if you think that counts, I'm gonna at
Yeah,
least
I'd say
I'm gonna at least advance mine with Gazelle.
I will leave that to your discretion.
The rest of them,
Getting advancements for conversations he wasn't even a part of.
hell yeah,
Right?
like a
Well,
boss.
he's
You skidded off
shady.
when you heard Muros.
a shady man.
The one conversation
Strip.
I did have was with Adam, and that one hasn't changed.
Oh yeah, what's up with that one?
My bond with Adam just says that it feels like Adam is unstoppable and that got to stay on his good side because I don't think anything could anything could get through him. But so I might need to see a more vulnerable side to Adam before I can resolve that bond.
That's cool because I just formed a new one that was basically, what's he trying to get from me?
That's fair.
Like that was it was an interesting line of questioning, and so Adam's kind of a little bit more on his toes.
There you go. Got some good RP moments gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad. So now, we're gonna cut off the recording if we haven't already.
It's time to do that, I'm afraid. Bye, YouTube. Hope you
Bye,
enjoyed.
YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Stick.
Goodbye.
Bus.
Bye.